What's up guys? In this video we're going to be doing a photo manipulation tutorial in Photoshop using this young lady in a field and this image of a young bear cub leaning up against a tree. So we're going to copy both of these images into one file and we're going to adjust the size of this bear to help it better fit in this image, and I'm thinking I'm going to have it leaning up against her arm here. So I think the bear cub is about that small compared to a person, probably smaller than that even, but for now we're going to keep it that size just because it's harder to scale up later. You lose some sharpness with your image if you scale up later. So let's zoom in now and erase around this bear cub using the eraser tool. So press E on your keyboard after you have that image in there, and we're gonna have about a 50% hardness, and we're just gonna erase around this bear cub. Try to be as accurate as possible, but don't cut off any ears. If you do, press Ctrl Z to undo. So what I'm hoping here is that the legs are going to blend nicely into the grassy field of the background image with the young lady. So as you can see, we're cutting off a good bit of this bear cub's fur, but that's necessary because we really need to get rid of the background of the image of the bear in order for it to properly blend into the other image. So now that we got a good outline, let's zoom out, Ctrl Z, and just make our brush bigger, sharper, raise the hardness to 100%, and just go around and cut out this bear, the rest of the background, not the bear. Gonna get rid of the tree. So what I do is I press spacebar and that brings up the hand and that freezes the image and allows me to move quickly, and then I press Z to zoom in, left and right bracket to change the size of my brush quickly. So it looks like I still need to get in between the paws. So I got about a rough copy here. I'm actually going to make the brush a little bit bigger and come in here and get rid of some of this green background here. But this is coming along pretty good, I think. If you try your own images, it might not blend very well, so you might have to try and try again until you find two different images that will combine together. So don't give up if your first or second or third tries don't go so well. Just keep trying different images and keep playing around with your eraser tool, with the pen tool, with whatever different tools you can use to cut this image out and blend it. So I have a pretty good cutout now. So it doesn't look like his feet blend in very well yet, but he was leaning against her left arm very perfectly to blend in well that way. So what I'm thinking maybe is we're going to lean him up a little bit more, and then we're going to come in here and maybe erase some of his legs with a lower opacity eraser. Just so you can't see them, but I'm not sure how well that's going to blend. So I don't know if that looks like his legs disappear into the grass, but that would be a quick way to get rid of that problem of the legs not blending. Alright, so I made the brush bigger, and that kind of makes it blend a little bit better. At least that one foot blended in pretty good. This part isn't. But as you can see in my layers panel, I made a duplicate copy of this bear in case I really mess this up. I can just go back and try again. So I'm really just going in and erasing parts of the bear deeper so that the grass kind of blends in better. I'm kind of feeling like that's the move to make here. Unless I just messed it up. Actually, it looks pretty good. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to duplicate the layer again and bring it down. Now I'm going to play around with the contrast of the bear. So I'm going to go to Image Adjustments, Brightness Contrast. I'm going to see how I can get him to blend better into this photograph. So let's make it a little bit brighter. And let's see which way I need to go with this contrast. We can maybe lower the contrast about 20. Let's go edit the vibrance as well in adjustments. Yeah, I feel like it's got too much color. The background image seems like more of a old school photograph, so I'm gonna lower the vibrance of this bear a good bit, about 40 I'd say. No, that's too much. Let's do it 30. Yeah, 30's good. Let's see if saturation does anything for us. Yeah, I like a little bit of saturation there. And I'd say the bear blends a lot better now. But what we can also do here is, you can see it's a rough cutout, is we can give this bear a bit of a shadow. So I'm going to create a layer in between these two and get a black soft brush. And then just below the bear, I'm going to see about 50% opacity. I'm going to create a shadow like that, just so it looks like the bear is leaning up against the girl in the image. So I'm going to outline a shadow here. I'm not sure how well that looks. Let's turn it off and on. So yeah, I like that. I'm going to duplicate it, make it even darker. Nope. So that's a pretty good level then. So the feet are still kind of bothering me, so let's try and see if we can crop like there we go. So we made this into a 1280 by 720 wallpaper type of thing now. But let's see if we can also take this a step further and drop a dragon in there. Dragon in a field, perhaps. Kind of want to have a dragon flying towards in the background of the field. Kinda like that, but it seems too fake. No, it's pretty awesome. It's not loading, however. So let's see, maybe this. I don't even know if that is that supposed to be its head. Let's try this one. Yeah, that definitely looks realistic. And we're gonna go with this one. That looks pretty cool. So let's copy this image, drop it in here, take it to the top, lower the opacity, see if we can find the right size for this. Also adjust the angle. We're gonna rotate it. I'm not sure how I want them coming in here. Kinda want the wings to fit. So I have no clue how this is gonna turn out, but let's do a quick erase, see if this will even look halfway decent. Let's just get rid of the background here. Let's try changing the blending mode here. So I'm not sure how that's gonna look. Definitely probably gonna have to make it smaller, because it looks like it's right behind them. So here it'll look like it's coming in from a distance, perhaps. Coming in to snatch this little bear. So let's actually see if we can take a little shortcut cutting this dragon out, because I don't feel like taking too long on this. So let's actually go back. I'm not sure if it'll let us go back to where it was bigger, but this shouldn't be a very hard cutout. So let's bring him back in here. And let's use the background eraser tool to make it huge. And let's just erase the whole background at about a 30% tolerance. So when you have a background that is just like one color, like that blue background we just had, you can use the background eraser tool and just cut it all out in just a few clicks. But you have to mess around with the tolerance level to make sure you don't cut out the dragon as well. Okay, let's see if we can get this in here. So we're gonna have to make it much smaller to even look like he belongs. And we're not even going to succeed at that. Alright, so it's going to be hard to make a dragon look like it belongs in this image. It's just there's not enough sky space here. But not too bad.